Today, we're making a classic Vietnamese dish, but we're doing a modern take on it. This is Kho Tộ, or Claypot braised fish, and typically it's made with catfish, braised in a rich, sweet and savory sauce, but today we're making it with some buttery black cod instead. This recipe is inspired by one of my favorite Vietnamese restaurants, Anchovies and Salt, where they take nostalgic Vietnamese dishes and elevates them by using chef techniques and better quality ingredients. Their Kho Tộ is one of the best dishes on their menu, so I wanted to recreate it at home. Now, whether you grew up eating Kho Tộ or are trying it for the very first time, my recipe offers an authentic taste that is innovative and surprisingly really easy to make. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, this recipe traditionally uses catfish, primarily due to its abundance and accessibility in Vietnam. But by swapping out the catfish for black cod, we're able to transform this dish and elevate it. Black cod's buttery and flaky texture makes every bite of this dish feel indulgent, making it perfect for special occasions or entertaining. Now, I picked up some black cod fillets from Costco, and it's only $10 a pound there, and I'm just gonna cut them into more manageable sized pieces, roughly 3-inch sections. We'll get the black cod into a mixing bowl. And then for the marinade, we'll add in a tablespoon of fish sauce, a teaspoon of MSG, a pinch of black pepper, and a splash of oil. I'm gonna gently toss the black cod in the marinade, making sure that it's evenly coated, and then we'll let this vibe out in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes while we get the rest of our prep work done. Now for our prep, I have a small shallot that we'll finely mince. Then I have some garlic cloves that we'll also mince up. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Now for some heat, I have a couple of Thai chilies that we'll finely chop up. Then the last part of our prep is shredding our green onions to use as a garnish later. Now first, I'll trim off the root ends of the green onions, and then we'll cut them into thirds. Then using my handy dandy green onion shredder, we'll just run the blades along the green onions and repeat that on the other side to make sure that it's fully separated. Now when your green onions are all shredded, we'll submerge them in some cold tap water for about 5 minutes to allow the green onions to curl up. Now with that done, it's time to put everything together and make our Kho Tộ. To a clay pot on medium heat, I'm gonna add in 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna slowly melt the sugar while occasionally stirring to prevent it from burning. Now, if your clay pot is black like mine, just be careful because it does make it harder to see when the color of the sugar changes. Just make sure you don't burn your sugar or have the heat on too high, as that acrid flavor will completely overtake this dish and ruin it. Now we'll cook our sugar for roughly 5 to 7 minutes, and eventually it'll turn a dark amber color and start to bubble. Then to the pot, we'll add in a splash of oil to loosen it up. We'll give that a good mix, and then we'll add in our minced shallots and garlic. I'm gonna saute our aromatics in the caramel for just a couple of minutes or until fragrant. Now, black cod is much more delicate than catfish, so we do have to alter the cooking technique slightly. So typically with catfish, I would add in that now and then brown that off before adding in our liquids, but instead we'll add in 3 tablespoons of fish sauce and 3 ounces of our Coco Rico in first. We'll bring that up to a boil, and then we'll add in our chopped Thai chilies and let that sauce reduce slightly before adding in our marinated black cod. Now we'll add in our black cod along with all of the marinade, and we'll give that a gentle toss, making sure that we don't break apart any of our fish. And black cod only takes about 10 minutes to cook, whereas catfish is much firmer and heartier and can hold up to a longer braising period. So by making the sauce first, we're able to ensure that the black cod is cooked properly and we uphold the integrity of the fish rather than allowing it to disintegrate into the sauce. Now once the black cod is done cooking, we'll garnish that with our green onion curls, and just look at how beautiful this looks. This is an incredible dish that you just have to try. You can serve this up family style just like this along with some rice and veggies, but for individual servings, we'll plate it over a bowl of white rice. We'll get a few pieces of our black cod on top. Now make sure you spoon over some of our sauce. And we'll also garnish our bowl with our green onion curls. And just like that, you've made Kho Tộ with black cod at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments section what your favorite fish dish is. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.